Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm Deb and you're watching the Chasing the Muses playlist on Cattail Acres. So this is the final book review of 2022 and it'll contain the final code word you need to enter the drawing to win all 11 books that I've reviewed this year. So, unlike some of the other books that I reviewed on the channel, Save the Cat Writes a Novel isn't one that I've read before. To be honest, it's kind of languished on my shelf in my to-be-read section for years. I've put it off and put it off. I kind of got burnt out, I guess, and it just seemed kind of intimidating at first when you pick it up and you thumb through it and you realize there's 15 beats to this thing. It may be a little intimidating, but I promise it's not. Now I've worked a bit with other writing strategies, plotting strategies, and if you have to, you probably recognize some of the points that that the beat sheet in Save the Cat Writes a Novel uses. Namely that of the 3-act plotting system, which is commonly used not only in screenwriting but also in noveling, and the come on, where is it Campbell, the hero's journey, which I've actually been employing in the books that I'm writing right now. The hero's journey isn't really complicated, but if all you're looking at is the little outline thing of what it is, it can be a little muddy as to what each thing is. Save the Cat Writes a Novel breaks that down, as well as putting each thing kind of in its place. But aside from all that, aside from giving you the beats and everything, which might be helpful for a lot of people anyway, Jessica Brody, who wrote this book based on the Save the Cat screenwriting book, she breaks it down and gives you examples, lots and lots and lots of different kinds of examples of how these 15 beats look in different pieces of fiction. She covers all kinds of stuff like The Help, Harry Potter, The White Queen. I mean, she really gets in there and shows you each of these different stories and how these 15 beats play out in each of those stories, which is probably the most helpful thing in the book, aside from the beat sheet itself. So I probably would have understood it just based on the fact that I know, the hero's journey and some other plot techniques. But this is a straightforward thing that if you're intimidated by things like outlining with multi-levels, A, B, 1, 2, whatever, or you've tried and been frustrated with other things like the snowflake method, or even these 3-act method and the hero's journey, this will line it out for you in such a laid-back way that it's really easy to kind of clock each of these stories and how this plays out and how you can make it play out in your story. The variety of ways to use these 15 beats is immeasurable. I mean, it's infinite, So you don't have to worry about sounding formulaic. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. You can tweak it in innumerable ways, and make your story, so it doesn't look like anybody else's story. So if you're not familiar with any of those other plotting methods, I can link some resources to those down below. Do note that these are not sponsors. This channel isn't monetized yet, So these are just for your reference and for your information. But that little bit of housekeeping aside, what does help the channel grow is your interactions with the videos. So, you know, hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you like content like this, because those things really do help the channel grow. And we're not monetized yet, so every little bit helps. Oh, and don't forget, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because that'll let you get alerted every time we upload a new video. And, you know, every minute of watch time helps. So I've completely ignored my notes for most of this. So I've gotten way off track, even though I've covered some of the same ground. I'm trying not to read my notes so much. I'm trying to go on what I want to convey. So I'm learning, still yet, even after all this time. Now for the part that I'm sure you've all been waiting for. The code word for this month Are you hearing the drum roll, or is that just in my head? Sorry, the code word for this month is catalyst. Now you have all 10 code words, and if you don't, you can still go back and watch the other videos, gather those all together, and email them the list of all the code words for the book review videos of 2022 to cattaleacres@gmail.com. CATTALEACRES, all lowercase, no space, @gmail.com. And once you send those to cattaleacres@gmail.com, we will put all of the entries together, and on December 31st, 2022 at midnight, we will do a drawing live. So you don't want to miss that. But if you do miss it, don't worry too much, because we will also notify the winner by email on January 2nd, 2023. Folks, if you've enjoyed this book review series, seriously, leave us a comment. Tell us if you have things that you would like to see happen here on the Cattail Acres channel, whether that's on the Chasing the Muses or the Cattail Acres playlist. And if there's other stuff that you would like to see on here, I am very open. We're still building our brand. We're still learning who we are as a channel. So don't be afraid to get those in there. We want to provide you with ways that will help you feel and live more creatively. So until next time, y'all be safe, be well, and we'll see ya.